Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Retail Archaeology. In this episode we'll be taking a look at the Park Place Mall in Tucson, Arizona. Now this is obviously not a dead mall, but more on that in a minute. First I wanted to give a real quick shout out and thank you to Body and Tag for providing the music for this episode. If you enjoy this music, make sure to check out that link there, and I'll have a clickable one down in the description also if you want to hear more of Body and Tag's sweet tunes. Now back to Park Place Mall. The reason I wanted to film this mall was for a couple of reasons actually. One, I've gotten a lot of requests on the channel to document some malls that are not dying. And also this mall is actually really beautiful. There's these really cool big murals like that one you can see there. And I wanted to document those. And also I did want to show that not all malls are dying. There are some malls that are very busy and actually thriving. That is really pretty. Now this was filmed on a Saturday evening about between 6 and 7 p.m. And I'm used to malls being, dead when I'm filming them at that time. We were really surprised to see how busy this place was. I'll cut the music here for a minute so you can hear how busy. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. We had just filmed a dead mall a few hours before, so to see a packed and very loud food court was really surprising, but a happy surprise. Now you can see there one of the mall's anchors, which is a Dillard's. There's also a Macy's here, and a Sears, and a 20-screen movie theater. But let's take a closer look at the food court here. There really weren't any vacancies in the food court, and the same goes for the mall itself. Really, not very many vacancies. And some really interesting mall fountains, too. Take a closer look at these. Working fountains are another thing that we weren't accustomed to seeing that often, so this was another happy surprise. Now I'm not sure, but I would imagine that these fountains were added during the mall's 2001 renovation. The mall opened originally in 1975, and then a renovation project was started in the late 90s and completed in 2001. And I have to say I really like it. I think that this mall has some really pleasing aesthetics. And it's not bland or boring to look at all. There's really high ceilings, lots of skylights, and again, lots and lots of people. There's a Claire's, a retailer that's not doing that well. Really like the ceilings in this mall too. The ceilings down this corridor are a little bit lower, but some of the main corridors of the mall have these just really beautiful vaulted ceilings. I wanted to make my way down this corridor so I could get a closer look at the mural that was up here, and that one's really pretty. I like that one a lot. I imagine these murals were also added during the renovation that was completed in 2001. Really cool depiction of the Arizona Southwest. Now this was the first time I've seen a Best Buy mobile before. That was new to me, but More interesting than that is this really big skylight here. And a differently shaped one here. This was kind of an interesting corridor. This one was pretty quiet. You can see there's not a lot of stores that actually face out into this corridor. It's just kind of the sides of stores and stuff, so this was one of the few areas that was actually not crowded and busy because there's really not as much of a reason to come down here as some of the other parts of the mall. Something interesting I learned about those massage chairs is that if you sit in them for a few minutes without putting any money in them, they actually make themselves uncomfortable so that you either need to get out of them or put money in them. And there's a Hallmark, another chain of stores that's having issues. If you haven't seen my video on the Hallmark Gold Crown stores, I'd highly recommend checking that one out after this video, of course. See what I mean about those vaulted ceilings? I love those. And there's a Sears and a Payless, two other retailers that have videos on this channel. And go figure, it's quieter down near the Sears than it is in the rest of the mall. I think this mall does a good job at illustrating the point that not all malls are dying, we just have way too many of them. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, a few hours before this we had filmed a very dead mall very close to this mall, the Foothills Mall in Tucson, Arizona, and it was really shocking to see the vast difference between these two malls even though they're really not that far away from each other. I was also happy to document this mall because, as you can see right now, it's thriving and doing very well, but there's always the chance that something could happen, 5, 6, 10 years down the road from now, and this mall could start struggling and become a dead mall, and I think it'll be pretty cool to have some good footage of it when it was busy and full of stores and people, if that does end up happening later on down the road. It was comforting in a way to see a mall on a Saturday night look like the way I used to remember them looking like when I was a kid. I just hope this mall can stay healthy. 2 out of the 3 anchors are mall anchor stores that are having problems on a national level, those being Macy's and Sears. Sears seems to be in far much more dire straits than Macy's is, but having 2 of your 3 anchors be troubled department stores can be a little bit dangerous. I didn't even really see any empty kiosks at this mall though, even all of those seem to be leased out. So again, kudos to this mall for being able to stay well and healthy in a climate that really seems to have everything stacked against malls. And like I said earlier, I love those ceilings. If there's any malls near you that you feel like are really beautiful or aesthetically pleasing to look at but aren't necessarily dead, let me know what those are down in the comments, because I'd like to start checking malls out like this more, if not just to document them before they do start struggling. And also I wanted to take another minute here as the tour winds down to once again thank Body and Tag for providing the awesome music for this video. If you are enjoying this music, be sure to check out the link down in the description below. Want to see your name here? Head on over to patreon.com/Retail Archaeology to find out how you can help support the channel. Hey, thanks again for checking out my video tour of a thriving, non-dying mall. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to hit the like and the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and also follow us at the social media links down below. And as always, thanks for watching.